Hey guys, here's Louie. This is gonna be a really short video, just letting you guys know what's about to come on the next video on the 68 Firebird that I named Lovebird. So I explained in a lot of my videos before, when I restore my cars, I like to start here at the firewall, okay? And so far I am finding that I have some holes here that are not correct for Firebird first gen 68 firewall location. They was made from previous owners. I like to go as close as I possibly can to original, so I always mark it with tape. Okay, so there goes a tip, and I know when I mark something with tape is that I have to address it. Over here your wiper motor goes, and this is going to be a repair that I'm going to do to the cowl. All right, moving forward, when I'm done from here, I will do another video on the front of the dash here where the windshield lies down. Needs some patching. All right, the top is nice and solid, unbelievable. And I also am going to give a tip how to remove your top dash panel, which the top is easy, but where the legs of the dash pad hooks up to, mounts to, it's not that easy to remove, but Louis has a way. So these are future videos, okay? Might be video number 2, who knows? But the next video will be this repair, and I'll show you guys step by step what I do. And now that the bird is all stripped down, she does not have the axle no more in the back. The rear end is removed with leaf springs, okay? And the reason I have this bench here with these two pieces of wood is to shim it to the right height. The right height that I was comfortable with, and I saw that the car is nice and square. And when I put my bubble levels over there that are in the corner, she's nice and straight. The bubble is right on the middle, and I'm loving so far how everything is. Now this is a convertible. Being a convertible, when you jack up these cars and you put them on jack stands and they are crunchy and rusty, they end up sagging a little bit. So the back end will sag just a little. Even I was a little worried, but I hit up Jonathan and he told me, yep, on convertibles, that's natural, don't be afraid. And once I weld up everything, it should be nice and stiff. Okay, so this one won't be taking the blue pill to get nice and stiff. My welder will make it nice and stiff. But yeah, so that's a process that you have to do. Also, another tip that my brother Jonathan gave me at Vinyl Village Garage, he likes to measure from this body line of the rocker to the ground. All right, and I have 4 of these. I have one here in the back of the rocker and one on the other side. Also one here in front of the rocker and one on the other side. And my measurements are dead on all 4 of them. And it's 19¼ inch height. All right. Nothing is off. I mean, she is perfectly on all the height. All the points are the right height. They all measure the same. If it's a little off, what I do is I get pieces of wood shims and I stick them in between the floor jack here. Okay. Another thing is I measured from this bump stop. All right, so this is for your axle. Okay, this is an original bump stop. These mounting holes here to me is a great point of reference, and I measure here to the ground. Also on the other side, I also had a really good measurement, and the body line. So the body line to this car and the quarter panel is still original, because whoever repaired this car before put skins, but they didn't do a good job. They did a lap weld, which I do not like lap welds, okay? Because you give it a chance to rust in between. I am going to butt weld it. But this body line here is still original. That body line is still original. And my measurements on both quarter panels, okay, from left to right, worked beautiful. Also got the right height there. I won't share precise measurements because the way you guys are going to jack up your cars is going to be a little different depending what you're using, how big is your jacks, or whatever you're using. I am using a jack stand And this is a 4x4 here. All right, and the top wood is about 1 inch thick. All right, so that's 5 inches right there that it gave me of height for the car to be up. I used the same method on the Firebird over here, okay, and it worked out excellent. I fit nice and comfortable under there to do any welding to the floor or anything, the rear frame rails, anything. I was successful last time, and I truly believe I'll be successful this time. I'm just teaching you guys the points that I use to measure the car going around to make sure you're nice and square to start your build, okay? Another thing is I am cutting the floor. I am starting to remove the rest of the floor. I first will cut from here to the front where the transmission tunnel is, remove it. I'm gonna remove this convertible brace also. I already started cutting it to give me more space to move in here freely as I do the toe boards, okay, and the torque boxes at the bottom. I'm really surprised that the torque box on this car is not that bad at all. It's just the real tip of the torque boxes, which I always call them fingers because they are cut out like this and they have the shape of your fingers. So what I'm getting to is it's really important to measure where's your locations. So here goes the rear mounting point for your front seat belts. That rear mounting point for the bolts of the seat belt is there on the floor. This is still the part of the original floor. So I got my ruler, okay, got my ruler, lay it down nice and straight, okay, nice and straight right there, and I marked it with this marker. I used a silver marker because this is black and it's hard to see if I use a black marker. Also, the mounting point to the subframe, I went straight across with a ruler as straight as possible, and I marked it. So I know when I throw the new floor, I would check these measurements here and see if they line up, okay? You do have play on this bolt here because there's going to be a castle nut, a cage nut inside the new floor pan brace. So it's going to be a little movement there you're allowed to, and you should be good. I mean, the subframe was nice and square. I did those measurements before I even removed it. So that's a tip. Always check your measurements constantly. Always checking your body lines. I mean, I love that gap that door has, and look at how it moves. It's not rubbing or nothing, and she's right, I mean, right there. It's excellent, okay? So it's really crucial as you cut away on a convertible to keep measuring these points, okay? Now, oh, I have the wire here, so I'm not going to be able to show you guys. But before I took this car apart, okay, and I have Jonathan as witness, this body line here, I mean, she was terrible. When I mean wide, she was wide. It was ridiculous, okay? And because before I braced this car, I played with the measurements that I told you guys Jonathan shared, and I put together a video for that. Go check it out. When I was done playing around with the measurements, getting the car to fit to those measurements, is that gap closed so nicely. Now I still have playing to do with the door, which is okay because she's not 100% of the corner of the front of the rocker, so she just needs to move back some. So that space that she needs to move back, this is gonna be the nice body line here, like the passenger side over there. So this is Louis. I just want to give you an update. Yes, I am still working on the car. I only can make videos when I have the time, okay? And the family lets me go for a little bit downstairs to play with the cars. But I hope this video is helpful for a lot of guys. A lot of these measurements, you guys with coupes out there could also take the subframe measurements to the mounting points, the seat belt mounting points like I just showed you. And you guys should be good on your build. I wish everybody luck with their builds. Keep wrenching. Keep your hands nice and dirty, and your project will get done. Bye-bye. Take care.